Yes, we have Mr. MS Dhoni. Here's a better look at the coupe design from the rear. Hello and welcome to Weekend Safarnama again. My name is Sweden. Today is the second video for the test drive series that I've created, where we go on a test drive and check out some features and talk about the first impressions of certain vehicles. And I have come for my second vehicle to the Citroen showroom. We've come here to check the new Citroen Basalt, which is the Coupe SUV. And one thing that I really like about Citroen's showroom is the vibrancy. It is vibrant yellow color or saffron color, as you may want to call it. But yeah, I mean, it has a wonderful vibe. I really love the logo as well. So we are here to talk about the Citroen Basalt, and unfortunately I don't have the automatic variant of the Basalt here. We only have the top-end manual variant, which comes with a six-speed automatic as well as six-speed manual transmission. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Citroen Basalt, which is pretty hot on the market at the moment. As we have Mr. MS Dhoni, who is the brand ambassador for Citroen, and he is pointing towards the Citroen itself, the Basalt. And here's the side profile. It is a compact coupe SUV, as it is called, and this is the coupe design. I really like this insert, the red insert here. We will be talking about it more. It definitely looks very premium. This is obviously the top end variant, and here's the scooped out coupe look. Looks wonderful. And obviously here's the Basalt badging, and here's the Citroen badging as well, the tail lights, and here's the side profile from the left side. Looks wonderful. So the Citroen is actually, when it comes to coupe SUVs are mostly something that we've noticed in the Indian market. Not for the first time. You might remember the BMW X6, which was a coupe SUV, a proper coupe SUV. And we've also had AMG versions from Mercedes. If I remember correctly, there is AMG GLC 43, GLC 63, and here's the front profile. On first look, as I was talking about, the coupe design actually looks wonderful on the Basalt. Basalt actually is going to, I believe, the direct competition is going to be between the Citroen Basalt and Tata Curve. Tata Curve, by the way, they launched their ICE variants today, and the pricing was launched, and I'll go and talk about the pricing in the video a bit further. But it looks like the Citroen actually offers a really good road presence. I'm not too fond of the actual road presence and the design offered by Tata Curve. But on the other hand, I believe the Basalt looks much more planted, if I was to use the correct word here, for the lack of correct word. Planted would be a good word. It comes with the flap pedals, which works okay. Sorry about that. Which works better. And here's the interior. The interior looks plush as well. Oh wow. So this is actually something that I'm noticing for the first time. So this is a new treatment to the aircon vents, and the rectangular, vertically rectangular design actually looks wonderful. The steering wheel comes with a flat base, and here's the logo. Obviously this is the top end variant. It comes with a 6-speed manual gearbox, and yeah, the interior looks wonderful. It has a creamish interior. I'm not sure how prone it is going to be, to dirt, and how easy it would be to clean the interior, but it gives you a very plush feel. Okay, so before we get started and talk about the interiors, I want to talk about the engine itself. So here's the engine bay. You can see my vehicle, how it actually is. And here's your engine bay, your engine compartment. Here's the strut, and if I'm not wrong, this is where it goes. So the Basalt comes with, it is super clean. The Basalt comes with a 1.2 liter peppy turbo petrol engine. It is actually a 3-cylinder engine, so I believe the mileage is going to be good on this vehicle. The claimed mileage is around 18 kilometer per liter, and I'm really enjoying the front here. The front actually comes with a very bold design. It is kind of similar to the C3 A-Cross, but it looks wonderful on the Basalt. I like the piano black finish here, and here's the ADAM. Obviously the logo. Sorry, before I close the bonnet, I actually wanted to talk about the insulation which is under the hood here, and it is a good sign here. A lot of the vehicles actually miss out on the insulation, but this looks plush and wonderful. There's also insulation here towards the underside, which is great as well. There's insulation here as well. I believe the vehicle is about 90% localized here in India, so that is also one of the reasons why Citroen is able to, price the vehicle, or the introductory price that is being offered is very competitive. This is a brand new design language for the basic buyer here in India. The coupe design isn't something that we are used to on inexpensive vehicles, or vehicles that probably start at about 8-9 lakh. The design itself may not be appealing to everyone, but yeah, I mean, it does look nicer. It is amongst one of the nicer looking SUV coupes or coupe SUVs. The front end actually, as I was talking about, resembles the C3 A-Cross, but obviously when you come to the side of the car, you won't mistake it for any other car. You won't mistake it for any other coupe either. The design is pretty strong when it comes to the styling, as well as these bold lines. For example, these creases here towards the rear tail lights. So there's a crease here which is pretty subtle but still distinctive. Yeah, I've come to the front once again. As I was already talking about, the front actually resembles any Citroen car. You might mistake it for any other Citroen car. It resembles the C3 A-Cross or the C3 itself, but here are the DRLs as well as the LED projector headlamps. Obviously this is the top end variant, the manual one. And here's the fog lamps. These are halogens, by the way. Okay, I'm sitting down just to give you, another angle here. The Basalt actually measures 4,352 millimeter in length. It's about 1,765 millimeter in, wide, which is without the mirrors, and it is 1,593 millimeter high. The wheelbase is 2651 millimeter, and it is about 20 millimeters shorter than the C3 A-Cross. Also, it comes with 16-inch alloy wheels. Some people might feel that the alloy wheels or the tire size is actually smaller for the vehicle, but I don't think it looks smaller at all. For the vehicle, the stance, I feel the tire size are adequate. They are perfect. These are dual tone diamond cut alloys, and the alloys actually look pretty good. The Basalt has a ground clearance which is rated at 180 millimeter. It should be good enough for most driving conditions here in India. Citroen actually also wants to mention that the approach angle of the vehicle is 19.2 degrees, and it also comes with a departure angle of 21.2 degrees. Approach angles and departure angles are more common with SUVs or 4x4 vehicles, but it's interesting that Citroen wanted to mention this. There are a few things that are missing, probably I believe, in order to undercut the pricing, as well as when it comes to the competition in this price range. So for example, you don't get request sensors here. You only got the normal key fob here, and the doors are actually pretty light when you open them, but they don't actually feel light when you close them, and they actually shut with a proper thud. So you don't feel like there's cheap quality or the material is cheap. Inside, you have some more piano black finish, which looks premium plush. This is actually leatherette stuff. Again, I'm not sure how prone it would be to dust, but yeah, I mean, pretty simple opening mechanism for the door. You have the window controls, or the mirror controls here, sorry, the window controls here, and there's ample space here. You can definitely put a water bottle, which is a 1 liter water bottle, and there's some extra space here as well. This is a manual, so you do get the 3 pedals: accelerator, the brake, and the clutch. The other thing that is missing, or the another thing that is missing, even though it is the top end variant, is the push start stop. So you don't get keyless entry or push start stop. Here's the steering wheel, as I was talking about earlier, and here's your gear lever. It is black, which looks, there's a small insert here. It looks wonderful. Here's your handbrake, and here your armrest here, the front armrest. One thing that I like about the armrest is you can actually slide this. So this is something that would help, people with variant driving styles, but also, if in case you want to have some control over the armrest, so it can be slided. The Basalt comes with a fully digital instrument cluster, which is obviously carried over from the C3 Aircross as well. Here's a look at the infotainment system, and here's your control for the climate control here. Again, I was talking about this earlier. So these are the vertical aircon vents, and these are the same rectangular aircon vents, but these have horizontal treatment. I actually love the design of the aircon vents here. You have the USB-C port here. You have the normal 12-volt charging socket, and here's your hazard light. And this actually, I believe, offers you more storage space here. There's some storage space right next to the handbrake lever, or right behind the gear lever here. Here's your glove box. It is decently sized. This has some silver treatment. The interior is actually, I wouldn't say it has any soft touches as such, but the interior is built to last. The materials itself and the fit and finish actually looks pretty decent, and pretty robust inside. Here's your rear view mirror. The rear view mirror may not be able to go and cover the rear windscreen. Being a Coupe design, I'm not sure how the visibility is going to be, but we might be able to go and test it once we take it out for a test drive. Other than that, you have the lights here, you have the microphone for Bluetooth here, grab handle here, and okay, so you get a vanity mirror here, and you don't have the same treatment here. The front seats are actually very comfortable. They also offer really good under thigh support as well. Okay, so I'm talking about the front seats. One thing that I noticed is it has a manual height adjuster for the seat. It works pretty nicely, and I was also talking about the under thigh support, which is great as well. The seats also offer some sort of bolstering, which is wonderful. I was talking about the height adjustment, and it actually offers you a pretty decent view outside as well. I like the design of the steering wheel. I was talking about it earlier. It has a flat bottom. One thing that I noticed is it only comes with rake. It doesn't come with the reach adjustment, which works, okay. It's okay. A rake and reach both would have been nice. Here's your horn here. That's a very loud one. I like the silver insert here. Obviously the Citroen logo here. You have the menu here, the control buttons, the SRC, and you have the volume and the call on and off buttons here. I have adjusted the seat to my driving position, and I can still go and see the bonnet from my sitting position, which is wonderful. This is something that I always look out in a vehicle, for a good, road judgment. But yeah, I mean, sitting inside the cabin actually feels okay. It looks posh. It looks well designed. I'm not a huge fan of the creamish, beige creamish interiors, but yeah, I mean, it should work. It should work out nicely. The passenger door at the front gets controls for the power window. It does close with a thud. The rear actually offers you pretty good, comfortable seat here. The Basalt actually comes with a really cool feature which allows you to extend your under thigh support. Even though this particular vehicle or this particular model does not have that option, it is actually an option that you can order. But yeah, other than that, I have no issues with under thigh support. I have no issues with comfort at all. It is comfortable. You do get air con vents at the back as well, and you can control the airspeed as well. You also get USB ports at the back, 2 USB ports by the way. And yeah, I mean, there's a hump here. I'm not sure how convenient it is going to be for 3 people to sit at the back. You can shouldn't be an issue as such, but yeah, I mean, there's a pretty prominent hump here. And yeah, so this is the fourth seat, and I don't feel any issues. I don't feel claustrophobic either. The windows are pretty large. The headspace, I'm 5'8". I still have some headspace here, and the slanting roof line doesn't actually bother me as such. By the way, I also want to let you know that the Basalt comes standard with 6 airbags. It hasn't been crash tested at the moment, but it does come with 6 airbags. So you have curtain airbag here, curtain airbag to the left as well, driver and passenger side airbags, and then curtain airbags at the front. Another cool thing that I like is the way these are actually designed. They give you some sort of scoop, and you can rest your head pretty nicely here. So yeah, it's a good back seat. You have the power window control here and towards the right side as well. Decent sized pocket. You can definitely keep 1 liter water bottle and some extra some extra space. I'm not sure whether you'll be able to keep much here or store much, but yeah, I mean, you do have ample space here. Again, I really like this red insert. It would have been nice if the red insert was more of a red that you have on the tail light here. It is pretty bright red, and this is more of a maroonish red, but it would have been nice if in case this was the same. I do like this design cue here. It looks very, very premium and pretty nice. Here's a better look at the coupe design from the rear. These tail lights that you see here, they have an LED treatment. They look like LED, but they are not LEDs as such. They are halogens, but they look nice. I mean, it would have been nice if they were proper LED tail lamps, but they don't look bad at all. Here you have the Basalt badging, and here's your rear view camera here. Let's go ahead and open the boot now. Okay, here's how the boot opens. You have the strut here, which works out pretty nicely. You have ample boot space, but I also wanted to go ahead and check how the boot actually looks from the side once it is opened, how the vehicle actually looks. Looks pretty nice here. The Basalt comes with 470 liter of boot space, which is quite large enough to accommodate luggage for any sort of vacation or any sort of trip. You shouldn't have any issues loading or unloading either as such. You can always go ahead and remove this tray. But the weird thing, or the strange thing that I didn't like about the Basalt is that you don't get 60-40 split ratio for the rear seats. You could have more boot space, but I think 470 liters of boot space should be ample, should be sufficient. The Basalt actually comes with 16-inch alloy wheels on the top end model, but the spare tire is actually a 15-inch. Let's go ahead and close this out. I don't see any option to grab or close the boot, but yeah, it shouldn't be an issue. Let's go ahead and close this. You have rear parking sensor here, and the rear actually gets some sort of dual cladding here, dual tone cladding, which looks nice. Again, these are the tail lamps. There are no roof railings as such, and there is no panoramic sunroof either, which is something that it misses out on. It also doesn't come with 360-degree camera, which is another feature that it misses out on. Here's a shark fin antenna at the back, and here's the slant for the coupe design. Here's how the LED DRLs work and look at the front. The vehicle that I have here, the Basalt that I have here, doesn't have, or they don't have the automatic variant at the moment, but it is the EVT variant, which is what Citroen calls. This is actually a C3 aircross, and this is the automatic variant that I have here. So this is a 6-speed automatic, not necessarily a proper automatic, but yeah, this is the same unit that you will get on the Basalt top-end model as well, or the automatic model as well. Okay, these are the features that I wanted to talk about. The essential features that comes with Basalt, the Citroen Basalt. It does look wonderful, you know, when you're looking at it. This is actually the base variant that I have behind me, and this is the top-end manual variant that I have. It has a very prominent design, as I was talking about it earlier. But yeah, enough about the features. I really like the design that that Citroen has gone for its SUV coupe-ish look. But yeah, enough of the features. But let's go ahead and take the Citroen Basalt for a short test drive and see how it performs on the highway now. You'll be able to see the coupe design from a much better angle here, and as you know, I suggested or mentioned previously in the video, I really do like the coupe design that is offered on Basalt. Talking about the high seating position, similar to, you know, other SUVs as well. The coupe design actually, you know, works wonders, but it also allows you to go ahead and, you know, have great visibility. The riding dynamics and the ride itself is pretty smooth. Here's your fully digital instrument cluster, and here's your infotainment system. By the way, the Basalt actually comes with idle start-stop, which is something that I forgot to mention previously. Want to mention that the suspension is actually on the softer side, so that means you don't actually feel the bumps on the road. The suspension actually takes care of the bump and the ride pretty nicely. The ride quality itself is nice as well. It does give you some sort of a, you know, SUV-ish stance, and the sitting position, as I was, you know, talking about it earlier. But yeah, other than that, it is pretty smooth. The gear shifts are very smooth as well. This comes with a 6-speed manual gearbox. The entertainment is taken care by Android Auto and Apple CarPlay both. The screen is about 10 inches and it looks like a phablet, which is, you know, on the nicer side. It is bright, and all of the controls are actually touch control, so you don't have specifically physical buttons as such. Okay, so this is actually one of the monotone colors that are offered with the Basalt, and this looks like a brownish color, but here's Basalt in the wild, in the open, and it definitely looks posh for the pricing and for what it offers. I believe this color actually looks much better compared to the white one. I wasn't able to get the red one, which looks much more premium. but this looks great as well. Just came back from a test drive, taking a test drive of the Citroen Basalt, and I have Mr. Rajesh with me. Thank you so much for the experience. So Mr. Rajesh जी, the top end variant manual का आपने मुझे बताया कितने का चल रहा है अभी?
मैनुअल अप्रॉक्सीमेट 1150।
1150 ये ऑन रोड है सोलन में या फिर एक्स शोरूम है?
ये एक्स शोरूम है।
एक्स शोरूम 1150।
जी जी।
और जो ऑटोमेटिक आएगा टॉप एंड उसका क्या है?
वो 13 अप्रॉक्स 13 लाख।
13 एंड हाफ।
हाँ जी।
ठीक है, और ये एक्स शोरूम प्राइस है?
जी जी जी।
ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच सर एक्सपीरियंस के लिए। और जस्ट वांट टू लेट यू नो कि आई हैड अ रियली गुड एक्सपीरियंस एट Citroen showroom here. I'm in Solon, and this is actually the Citroen showroom from Tapan, Mr. Tapan. It is Tapan Industries, and they have other showrooms. Or they are the dealer for Jeep, they are the dealer for Citroen, they are the dealer for Hyundai, they are the dealer for Force as well, and Royal Enfield. So if in case you're in Solon, if you want to have a good experience, I would recommend coming here. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much for coming on this journey with me. It was a short test drive, but I wanted to highlight the features of the Citroen Basalt. I'm really in love with the design. The Coupe SUV design that the Basalt offers is pretty unique, and it works out perfectly fine. We'll have to see how many other manufacturers actually offer the same coupe design. Yeah, I want to thank you, and let's end the video here. There are a few other vehicles planned. I'll be going on a few other test drives very soon, Tata Curve included. And thank you so much for all the love and support. Let me know if you're planning to purchase the Citroen Basalt. How do you like it? Which color you like it? Whether you're planning to purchase manual or an automatic. By the way, this is not a proper automatic. It is, Citroen calls it EVT. It's the EVT transmission, which is different. So it is more of an AMT version. But yeah, so this was Citroen Basalt, the Coupe SUV, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.